Hi, my name is Stephanie Herr, Head of Partnerships at Redgate. I've been with Redgate for 7.5 years, working to improve database development and deployment. Today, I just wanted to spend a few minutes talking about DevOps and what's in a name. So I think we all understand the importance of naming things. We would never design a database like this. We want our table names and our column names to be as clear as possible, so we can easily identify what type of information is stored in that column and how the tables relate to each other. It's important for ourselves when we go back to add a column later or query the database later, but it's even more important for our team members and also future team members that the design and the names be as clear as possible. And it's hard to always get that right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about DevOps and how I think that name might be a little bit misleading, and it's important to understand more than just what the name implies about DevOps. So where did the name come from? There was a talk in 2009 by John Osball and Paul Hammond. They both worked at Flickr. One was responsible for the dev team, one for the ops. And they gave this talk at Velocity about the devs and ops cooperation and how this enabled them to deploy at least 10 times per day, which was just unbelievable at that time. You know, it was really incredible that these teams were able to do this. And there was a consultant in Belgium, Patrick Dubois, who was really interested. He had worked both across devs and ops and testing, and he wanted to kind of have a better way of devs and ops working together. And he saw this presentation, and was blown away about how they could do this. And he decided to put on a conference in Belgium at the end of 2009 called Devops Days. And he invited people from multiple disciplines, sysadmins, devs, to come together and try to work together better to deliver software better, deliver valuable software better. So the conference was a success, and what happened afterwards was the conversation continued on Twitter. But they dropped the days, and it just became #DevOps, which was really kind of when movement around DevOps started picking up. And but the name DevOps, when you first hear about it and you're not too familiar with it, you can simply think that it's about the development team and the operations team working better together. It's about breaking down that silo. And it definitely is about that, but it's so much more. In 2011, Patrick Dubois gave a talk about DevOps, and he had this one slide which showed all the different people involved, developers, UI designers, architects, security, testers, missing DBAs on here, but that is a very important piece. And I love his message at the top: collaborate, not only when things go wrong, but it's all about the team, the business working together, towards that common goal of delivering this valuable software to their users. So Patrick even joked, DevOps might have not been the best name, and maybe a better name is Biz, QA, Sec, NetOps, but that's not as catchy as DevOps and definitely too long for Twitter. So I wanted to just spend another few minutes to talk about how Microsoft explains DevOps. And they talk about it as the 3 Ps: people, process, and products. And the importance is incredibly important. The order is incredibly important. So it's all about the people first. The people collaborating, breaking down those silos. So again, it is a big part of it. Sharing common goals so that everybody across the whole team, devs are no longer just responsible for the changes and operations responsible for the deployment. You're responsible for the software and getting that value to the users. You're responsible for everything so you can work together better. And really focusing on improvement and focusing on, trying things and getting quick feedback and experimentation and giving the people the ability to experiment. And then comes the processes of eliminating waste so that you can deploy quickly. the processes of increasing your efficiency, streamlining feedback, so things like continuous integration where developers make a change and they can see almost immediately if it had an impact to the code, or things in operations where after you release, you're monitoring that release out in your production environments so that you can quickly see if there's a problem and again, and correct that problem. And finally, products. And these are the tools that help the people and enable the collaboration and enhance the productivity, and they enable the processes like CI and continuous delivery and release management, and the tools that really enable the people in the process. So you kind of need all three. So I hope this gave you a little bit more in-depth about the name of DevOps, where it came from, and I have some links on the screen if you want any more information. I hope you're enjoying the day and enjoy the rest of SQL in the City. Thank you.